Hello everyone, I am Gunashekaran. Today I will be talking about value of sleep. Before talking about value of sleep, I would like to introduce one book called Why We Sleep, written by Mathew Walker. It's one of the best seller and it is freely available on the internet. If you want, you can download and you can see a lot of interesting information about sleep. What is sleep? It is called absence of wakefulness. It is a naturally recurring state of mind and body. Even we can say it's an altered consciousness. During the sleep, we are relatively inhibited with the sensory activity, and we have reduced interactions with the surroundings. We cannot respond to the stimuli from the outside. We are decreased, and we can see the different patterns in the brain. The value of sleep. How do you know that you get enough sleep? How many hours do you sleep per day? You need to stay awake and study before exam. Is it correct? Are you often irritable? You get hormonal or immune or emotional problems? Do you have health risk? Sleep is a biological mystery. It is not yet solved. And March 19th is, we can call it as a World Sleep Day. Sleep. It's a basic human privilege, and all the living organisms are endowed with sleep. Less you sleep, less is your life. So during the primitive stage, night time is the most vulnerable time because we are often prone to attack by the predators, and sleep has got evolutionary, physiological and neurological connections. Sleep is very common in animal kingdom, especially in mammals. We can say it's unihemisphere sleep. Human, the only species in this world, we are deliberately deprived the natural instinct of sleep. According to World Health Organization, sleep loss is epidemic in the industrialized nation. Do you get enough sleep? You need to have 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Sleep can reset your body functions. It's contrary to the death. For example, 10 days of 7 hours sleep is equal to 24 hours of you are not slept at all. The consequences of less than 7 hours sleep, it demolishes your immune system, doubling the risk of cancer. You will develop Alzheimer. Decreases the blood sugar and you will become pre-diabetic. It increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases. You are prone to depression, anxiety and suicidality. Obesity also will be very common and almost sleep can kill you. Shorter you sleep, shorter the lifespan. As I said, what is this sleep? It's an absence of wakefulness. It is complex, metabolically active, and a series of unique changes in the brain. If you track the history, sleep is more than 500 million years old. Even the simplest form of bacteria respond to the light and dark cycles. We can say sleep is the third pillar of the good health alongside with the diet and exercise. How much to sleep? If you compare the elephant size, elephants need just 4 hours a day. Tigers and lions need just 15 hours a day. Brown bat stays awake only for 5 hours a day. Normally, the sleep duration depends on the body size, prey-predator status, whether it is a nocturnal or diurnal status. Human beings need 6 to 8 hours or 9 hours solid sleep per day. More you sleep, less your death risk. And now you can observe that physically and mentally sick people, they sleep very less. How do you say that you have a sleep deficiency? Can you get up in the morning without alarm clock? Or your cognitive functions are perfect? So for example, if you read a book in the daytime, can you understand it properly? Can you function optimally before noon without caffeine? Then you don't have a sleep deficiency. how much to sleep. For each different age of people, the sleep need is different. For example, newborn 14 to 17 hours, infants they need 12 to 15 hours, toddlers they need 11 to 14 hours, preschoolers 10 to 13 hours, school age children they need 9 to 11 hours, teenagers 8 to 10 hours, adults 7 to 9 hours, older adults 7 to 8 hours. Then you need to ask the question, why we need to sleep? Very, very important to rewire its neural network. It is very, very important for the memory. You need to sleep before learning to make new memories, and you need to sleep after learning also for consolidation of memory. For converting short-term memory to long-term memory, sleep is very, very important. It is like a save button for the newly created files. On the contrary, you can use sleep for delete also. For disabling the painful memories, it will vanish after sleep. It is very good for creativity. It's a nighttime theater. Your brain tests and builds the connection between the stored information. You can say it's a creative incubator. I would like to introduce the word circadian rhythm. That is 24-hour cycle, day and night. Circa means around, dia means day. This was first found in Mimosa pudica, the touch-me-not plant, and all the animal kingdom that respond to light. What happens? When you are getting dark, the melatonin secretion starts. So the LED light, the Kindle light, the mobile phones also create the same situation. That means your 50% of the sleep can be deprived by using the cell phones. Next comes the adenosine, it's a chemical. It induces the sleep pressure. It triggers the sleep. So if you take the caffeine, you will have the delay in sleep. So you should not take coffee after 2 p.m. Chronobiology is the study of time in relation with biology. You can see the circadian rhythm. What happens when you get up early in the morning? The melatonin secretion stops and the bowel movement starts. The highest testosterone secretion starts. You will have highest alertness by 10 o'clock in the morning. In noon, you will be very active. You can see the best coordination between 2:30 and fastest reaction time between 3:30. Your cardiovascular efficiency will be more during 5 o'clock, and during 6 o'clock high blood pressure, high bodily temperature, and melatonin secretion starts. The bowel movement suppressed during midnight. You will have the deepest sleep by 2 o'clock. You will have the lowest body temperature by 4:30 in the morning. Very interesting study done by the Harvard University School of Public Health, research in Greece, involving 23,000 adults, both men and women, the age between 20 to 83 years old. 6 years of period of research. They have taken the simple topic, siesta versus cardiovascular disease. At the start of their research, all the people were tested, no cardiovascular diseases, and they have abandoned siesta. 37% of the people increased heart risk rate after their abandoned siesta. Mortality rate increased 60% for not taking the nap in the working men. What about alcohol versus sleep? Alcohol induces sleep fragmentation. That means sleep is broken in between. That you will get a disturbed sleep. For alcohol, maintaining continuous sleep is a problem. So liver takes 4 to 6 hours to break down the alcohol molecules. Only NREM sleep, no cycles. Alcohol during the daytime is also harmful. What is drink and drive and no sleep and drive? In drink and drive, stimulus response is delayed. When there is a stimulus, and you will get the response after some time. In the case of sleep deprived driving, no stimulus response. There is a stimulus, but you will not get a response. You may ask one question, can we compensate the night sleep during the day? No, you cannot compensate. Some of the people, they sleep for very less time and they perform very good. That means there is some genetic variant and some people have this character. What about the people in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere? In the northern hemisphere, the days are longer, the cardiovascular diseases are common. Whereas in the case of southern hemisphere, night is more. There is a drift in cardiovascular diseases. So sleep and cardiovascular diseases are linked. Sleep and obesity is also linked. So there will be a decrease in food satisfaction. We will see the chronotypes. Some of the people are morning larks, early risers. Some of the people are night owls. They sleep late in the night. There is a genetic programming in the population. Both are required. Whether it is good for morning larks are good or night owls are good, no. If the normal activity is not affected, it is okay. This is called sleep cycle or hypnogram. You will have the wake up stage, REM, NREM. Each cycle will have 90 minutes, and during the entire night you will have 4 to 5 stages, and each cycle will have 90 minutes. Why REM stage of sleep and the NREM stage of sleep we have? There is no answer. There is a hypothesis that it is to balance the memories, identify and remove which memory is no longer needed. NREM means weeding out unwanted neural network connections. What is a REM sleep? Rapid eye movement sleep or REM sleep. It is a unique phase of sleep in mammals and birds because it is distinguishable from the random or rapid eye movement of eyes. It is accompanied with low muscle tone throughout the body. During this phase only we dream vividly. It is very important for memory because integration of information during the exam time, this happens only here. If you are not having a REM sleep, your cognition will be impaired. You cannot answer properly. NREM sleep, non-rapid eye movement sleep. It is a dreamless sleep. If you see the EEG, electroencephalographic recordings, they are typically slow and of high voltage. Here breathing and heart rate are slow and regular. The blood pressure is low and the sleeper is relatively still. This is the classical hypnogram. So you can see the awakening stage. During the entire night you will have awakening for 3 or 4 times, minimum 4 times. And during the REM stage also you will have 3 to 4 stages. And as you progress, the REM stage sleep decreases. Then we will have the NREM stage and a brief awakening. So each cycle lasting for 90 minutes. Dream. Not all the species experience dream. Dream occurs only during REM stage. Mammals have a dream REM sleep. During REM sleep, brain paralyzes the body. It cannot act. So fishes don't have sleep because it cannot swim. And there is a beautiful book written by Sigmund Freud, Dreams and Interpretation. Dreams are very, very important. Here the fast forward of events 20 times, and mostly dreams are not logical. Sleep pattern. The normal sleep pattern is distorted by the modernity. If you see the hunter-gatherers tribes of the Kalahari Desert, they sleep within 2 hours after dusk, and they get up during the dawn and they will have a nap in the afternoon. We can classify the sleep into 2 types, that is monophasic and biphasic. One single shot of sleep for less than 7 hours, and biphasic sleep 7 to 8 hours of sleep in the bed and 30 minutes of nap in the afternoon. It's quite natural. We need it. Your brain can remember your sleeping activity and time of wakefulness. If you break it, it will understand. Then power nap. There is a decrease in alertness in the mid-afternoon, and the post-lunch experiences drowsiness. Normally we say if you take curd rice, no, even if you take a meal, you have the drowsiness. We can call it as a post-prandial alertness. Here we have two stages of sleep only, minimum 20 minutes, maximum 60 to 90 minutes. But after the power nap, your alertness will be increased motor performance. At least it's a small remedy for sleep deprivation. What is sleep deprivation? What will happen if you have this sleep deprivation? Paying attention. More accidents during early morning. Just a micro sleep for 15 seconds is sufficient. During the micro sleep, the brain becomes blind for 15 seconds. And people will be emotional. They will be emotionally irrational. The sleepless person, unstable, irritable. He will use words as weapon. The academic performance is also impaired. They will be all the time tired, forgetful. So academic performance is closely related to sleep. Lot of psychological illness will happen, and physical illness also related to sleep. What are the sleep disorders? Somnambulism, walking during the sleep. Insomnia, that means insufficient sleep. The other side is the narcolepsy, extreme sleepiness. Sleep apnea, abnormal patterns in breathing while you are sleeping. Sleep paralysis, temporary inability to move or speak during any transition. Restless leg syndrome, uncontrollable urge to move your leg due to uncomfortable sensation like ache, burning or tingling. And we have circadian rhythm disorder too, for the people who are in day and night shifts. The fatal familial insomnia, no sleep for months, which means it's a death. I am not getting enough sleep, can I take sedatives? No. Sleeping pills are just sedatives. It is not equal to natural sleep. Taking sleeping pills is another health hazard. What are the sleep-induced illness? Alzheimer, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, dementia, suicide, chronic pain, strokes, tired and forgetfulness, cancer, disability, heart attack, infertility, immune deficiency, shorter lifespan and reproductive health. And here comes the sleep education. We need to educate the people regarding the sleep. We need to have a sleep schedule. You go to bed at a particular time and you get up at a particular time. You should make it as a habit. Next comes exercise. A daily 30 minutes of exercise is a must. At least 2 to 3 hours before the bedtime, you need to have some exercise. Avoid stimulants, caffeine, nicotine, colas, chocolates, and smoke. For example, smokers wake up early, they sleep lightly. Next comes alcohol. Before the bed, heavy use, there will not be any REM sleep. Only light sleep you will have. There will be impairment of breathing during the night. And large meals during night, junk food, too much drinking water to be avoided during the night. Medicines made for asthma, heart attack, BP, disturbs your sleep. And you should not take any nap after 3 p.m. Nap compensates sleep, harder to sleep. Relax before the bed. Unwind early, give all the works, throw off your cell phone, listen to music and start reading. have some bedtime rituals. Hot bath before the bed. It makes you sleepy. It slows down your body. So you are getting ready for your sleep. Your bedroom should be relatively dark room, cool room, gadget free, distraction free. You should have a comfortable bedding for a good sleep. Sunlight minimum 30 minutes of transition every day is a must. You should not lie in the bed awake for more than 30 minutes. So if so, go for reading or clean some